Hey GBA fans, it's your friend Choice CJ here, and I am happy to be bringing you guys the first week of the Pick'em crew, and I am of course joined by my good buddy Greg. Say hello, Greg.
Yo, what's going on GBA type people? It's Gregulator60, and I hope you're having a fantastic day, simply fantastic. Oh my god, it's finally here, right? Week 1, GBA? Is this really happening?
It seemed like it would never come. Ultra Sun and Moon came in November, and we've all been waiting on needles for this week to come, and here we are. Now, if you guys are not familiar with the Pick'em crew, it's very simple. We take a look at some of the analysts and as well as you, the fans, and we weigh each matchup and we decide who we think is going to be favored in that particular matchup. And it's going to be very fun as the season goes along because we can keep track of how many times each person is correct and how many times each person is wrong. And hopefully some of us do better than others, but we'll see how that goes on as the season progresses.
Yeah, you guys can definitely cheer for me in the comment section below because I will have all the right picks. If you guys want to learn how to submit your own picks, check out the link in the GBA fan Discord. Shout out to all you guys. I added everybody to let them know that their picks were due, like literally like 20 minutes before recording this. So really interactive, really cool atmosphere in the fan Discord. Go ahead, I might include like a screen cap to show you what the fan Discord pick'ems look like, but it's a lot of fun. And you know, CJ and I got a lot to say because we got some juicy matches coming up right now.
We do, yeah, that's for sure. And there's a lot of fresh blood in the GBA this season, so to speak. So this is going to be their first chance to show us what they're made of. And without further ado, why don't we just hop right on into the first matchup. This one's going to be between the Borussia Dawn fan and the San Jose Sharpedos. Our panel here is kind of split one way or the other. When I look at this matchup, Greg, I look at Rock Polish Lando T as being very hard to deal with. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, definitely. Actually, I think one thing that you mentioned, this is one of the closest ranked matches between all the analysts, and for good reason. Mostly because, like you mentioned, Landers Therian really goes in on Lars' team. Mon's like Crocodile. He has no true ground resist bar, the Shaman, which is definitely vulnerable to Flyinium Z, the Supersonic Sky Strike. But speaking of Sky Strike, there is one particular Mon on Lars' team that is near and dear to my heart. That is the reason I chose Lars, and that is Yanmega. Let me tell you, you look at Tom's team. Tell me, what is the flying resist? The Rotom.
I guess it's Rotom, yeah.
Yeah, and what appreciates Rotom being weakened? Crocodile.
KB and Crocodile.
Well, Kieranback, maybe not so much, but Pokemon like the Kabalion, the Crocodile, and also, yeah, I guess the Kieranblack appreciates it. Free momentum with U-turn. I really, really like Yanmega in this matchup. I think Tom's going to really struggle with it. Either like a speed boost sweeper set or like a tinted lens set. I don't think Tom has any answers for it. Yanmega's going to bust it right through him.
Indeed. So moving on to the next matchup, we have the brand new Kansas City Jirachiefs coached by Toka Minorities Jolt versus the Victorian Shadows coached by Necrostevo, a newcomer last season. And unfortunately for Necrostevo, not many people are believers in the Shadows this week. I think on paper this matchup does favor Jolts, mostly because Celesteela is really great versus the Shadows. I think if Rotom H gets pressured enough, which is very easy to do with Stealth Rocks, that there's a good chance that Autotomy Celesteela takes the game.
Yeah, definitely, and Necro's really going to rely on that Rotom to prevent him from getting swept because, you know, Celesteela with the Steel Stab being a very good natural Hawlucha check as well, being like, think bulky Autotomy sets with access to Beast Boost, and Digger's Beast priority is not super effective. I think Celesteela is really effective in this matchup. Along the lines of, like, you know, being able to beat down other Celesteela answers, weaken mons like the Fortress and the Araquanid. Zygarde 10% also has a really nice opening in this, also being able to extreme speed mons like Mega Alakazam and potential Scarf variants of Diggersby, and yeah, it also outspeeds Lycanroc, which is very good against Jolt, by the way. Rock is not Jolt's friend.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't realize how good Zygarde is. You're totally right.
Oh yeah,
it's just got,
yeah, just look at the Seismitoad. That's a bad Pokemon. So
don't hate on Seismitoad. Seismitoad's my friend.
Yeah, I mean, it's Franklin. It's everyone's friend.
Nice. So yeah, we'll be very interested to see how this matchup turns out. Next up is the... Sorry, I don't remember this guy's team name.
No, this is definitely... I'll take it. Cybertron's Melbourne, or... Oh my god, all the Aussies are going to kill me in the comments. They're going to destroy me. The Melbourne, oh god. the Rotoms. The Rotoms are taking on the New Orleans Pelipers, coached by Johnny K. Pokemon. And I guess might as well take it. This is a very, I think, going to be a pretty distinct match in Cybertron's favor. You look at the water resists on John's team. Serena, bad Pokemon by the way. Synthesis, neutered in the rain. And Tentacruel, very good rain check, but like Cybertron has mons like Kartana, which take advantage of it. Mega Swampert doesn't care. Like his water, like if Cybertron just spams water, and you know VGC players are very good at spamming stab moves from my understanding. I think the water resist is too much for John to overcome. I don't think he's prepared for full out rain. I think it's going to do well here.
Yeah, I mean, I think the reason I went with John instead of Aaron here is that even though his water resists aren't like super great, I think he's got great pivots with like Cress and Torn. Like it's sure Cress is has a weakened Moonlight, but it's just so hard to kill in one hit. You know, he can come in on stuff like Kingdra and T-Wave it and make it really neutralized. I think something that'd be really interesting in this matchup would be a Scarf Torn with 100% accurate Hurricanes to hit everything on Aaron's team very hard. Like Heliolisk and Raichu are not flying resists. Like you can't convince me otherwise. So I think that John will have to rely a little bit on his experience here, but I think that he can pull it off.
Yeah, definitely. There's no such thing as an unwinnable matchup in Draft League, and if John wants to prove me right, he'll go ahead and win this match. But I'm taking the very straightforward approach and taking Cybertron and his Rain team this week.
All right, on our next match, we have the Bronze Beartics, coached by PokeMMD, versus Monatui's Tampa Bay Luxrays. There's a lot of faith in the Luxrays this week. You know, Mono had a very great run in the GBA last season. Joey is not a newcomer to League, but a newcomer to the GBA, of course. But you and I, Greg, actually both picked Joey. Tell me a little bit about what you think here.
Yeah, first of all, I do want to address, I think Pokemon or Joey, he's going to do very well this season. I know a lot of people are, you know, might say some things with the UCL and the competition there, but don't disregard the fact that Joey's a great player. I know Mono definitely isn't, but I do want the fans to know that Joey's going to do really well. If you look at the team structure, one thing I really like are two Mons on Joey's side. The Mega Gyarados, one of my favorite Pokemon, by the way. I absolutely adore Gyarados, and the Necrozma. Yeah, I said it that way, Joey, if you're watching. Necrozma. But they have such great synergy together. If you look at Mega Gyarados, it destroys Mono, Zardex, Fodder, Snorlax, Moldbreaker, yeah, whatever. That's not a good Mon. Gliscor, yeah, right. Weavile, checked. The Rotom, I don't even know if it's coming. Let's be real. The Mega Gyarados has a great matchup in this, and one of his very few ways of dealing with it, mostly through like Trick Room or potential like Scarf Keldeo, and one Mon that takes really good advantage of that, Necrozma. Rock Polish, Calm Mind. I think, and Necrozma itself goes in on Mono's team, like, you know, the access to the Dark Pulse to hit the Slow King. The Weavile, it's a Weavile, like I mentioned. Mega Gyarados fodder. You see what I'm saying? They're going to break each other's checks and counter them to see Joey walk away game of the week due to those two Mons.
Yeah, for me, the thing that jumps out is that Mono's 1,000 Arrows switch-in is like Rotom Cut, which obviously is not actually a switch-in.
Oh yeah, there's a Zygarde on the team. I didn't even look at that. Yeah, there's a Zygarde. So
yeah, Gliscor is fat and can switch into 1,000 Arrows, but I'm not convinced that it's really, and like, you know, Gliscor is dealt fairly easily with the Gyarados that you were just preaching about. So
I do think the Gliscor is going to be a pain for Joey to kill. He doesn't have any he doesn't have very good Gliscor switch-ins. Potentially like Coil Zygarde, but to set up on it, but Gliscor's going to be really annoying. I think Miles going to have to rely on it a lot to do well in this game.
Agreed. All right, let's move on to our fifth game. This is going to be between the San Francisco Giants, coached by Gym Leader Geo, and the Philadelphia Scissors, coached by Chimpact. I look at this matchup, Greg, and I see a lot of Mega Camel food here. Like, there's just so much fat on Gio's team, and I'm not trying to like discount the incredible offensive capabilities and stuff like Blacephalon and Haxorus and things like that. But you just look at stuff like Toxapex and Scizor, and like just annoying like fat Mons, and Campbell just nukes them. What do you think?
It's a Mega Camel. You know me. Of course I'm going to pick Gympact in the Mega Camerupt. Two things to note. Tapu Bulu's grassy terrain. Dugtrio cannot reliably trap the Mega Camel. I don't think it's a Z Crystal user. No, it is not. So that's a good thing to note. Mega Camerupt's also really fat. It's going to live any non-banded EQs. Maybe potentially a banded one, depending on how chimp spreads. But overall, I think Mega Camerupt's going to go in. It's very good. It's the only thing that matters. It's a camel. It's got a volcano on its back.
Yeah, this is not a meme, guys. This is
like, no meme.
This is real. So, looking forward to this matchup. Like, I think Gio's got a very good team in general, but I just don't like it in this matchup. I think Chimp's got too many breakers.
Yeah, too much fats says goodbye.
Indeed.
Fat says goodbye. Let's move on to the next match of the schedule. Number 6 is the Montreal Habsols, coached by Aster J, and the San Diego Chimchargers, coached by Lord MV himself. CJ, tell me what you think about this game in particular.
So in general, I'll say that I really like Aster's team. I think the combination of Lopunny and Scolipede is really great because they beat each other's counters. But the problem is that they both lose to Mega Pinsir. Mega Pinsir can run SD Quick Attack, Stone Edge, plus like EQ or Close Combat, and completely destroy everything on Aster's team. Like, just no questions asked. And like he doesn't have a perfect counter to the combination of Lopunny and Scolipede on his team, but Slowbro is really great and fat. Hippowdon and Gligar can both check both of those mons fairly well, even though like Aquatail and Scolipede is a thing. But like otherwise, I just think that MV's got the upper hand here in terms of offense. Yeah,
definitely. I 100% agree with you. I think Mega Pinsir is just going to destroy Aster, potentially. Zapdos is easily weakened, and I see it getting worn down really fast by mons like free Tapu Koko switch-ins, free Kyurem switch-in. Kyurem's another mon that is a Zapdos abuser, so look out for that. And yeah, I think MV has a lot of things going for him in this matchup. Let's move on to match number 7, coached by the Florida Gators and the Detroit Seal Wings, Gator himself and Crimson Seabad. Now, I just want to say Buzzwole looks very strong in this matchup. You take a look at Crimson's team, and you tell me what is his Buzzwole answer. Once that Donphan's not a Buzzwole answer, by the way. Buzzwole got Drain Punch, the Gramble, weak Pokemon, get out of here. Sub-Bolka, Poison Jab, Drain Punch, kills everything. Look at that. Look at the team, kills everything. Kofag, yeah, kind of walls, but what's Kofag doing to a Buzzwole? Zero. Zilch. Buzzwoles goes in. That's why I'm picking Gator.
Yeah, I think this is one of the most even matchups of the week because I think that there's a lot of threats on both sides. The Buzzwole that you mentioned is very threatening, but I look at mons like Jirachi. Like, Jirachi is just such a pain to deal with, and it's true that Heatran is on the Gator side, but there's a decent number of ways to pressure Heatran. Like with Suicune, it's easy to switch in on Heatran. You could have Drill Run on Mega Beedrill. Infernape's Close Combat's going to be able to do a ton of damage to Heatran. Like, Heatran can run like Chobbleberry or can run Shukaberry, but it can't run both. But then again, Buzzwole is really good. Flygon with the Dragon Dance set, it can't be Thunder Waved by Thunderous's Thunder Wave. Obviously being the ground type immune to the Thunder Wave from the Prankster ability there. So it could go either way, but I'm just going to go in Gator's favor here because I think he's got a good track record.
Yeah, I agree. I have a lot of faith in Gator this week. And we'll move on to the very last game of the week, the Milwaukee Bewares, coached by Wolf Glick himself.
It's so weird hearing you say that. I almost thought you were going to say Saucebucks.
Yeah, Rip Steve, am I right? He's playing Duel Links. Yeah. Better game, by the way. Oh yeah, you play Duel Links too.
It's nice to be a whale.
Give us a hashtag oh gosh for Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links in the comment section. Shout out to Steve, by the way. But moving on, the Milwaukee Bewares and the Columbus Chew, coached by the mysterious Coach Z. Do you even know who that is?
The Chew, no, I don't.
Yeah, I'm not impressed by the Chew. Like, if you're gonna play under an ult, just come out. Like, your goal is to take over the GBA and stuff, but like,
it's like anonymous. Like, they're the ones who are gonna be like disassembling like all of the culture in society.
Yeah, but what have they done? They're just a YouTube video, and that's exactly.
I don't know.
Well, oh my god, my mind is blown. YouTube video, GBA uploads tomorrow. How do I do it? Anyways, yeah, I'm going with Wolfie on this one only because I don't trust alts. I don't trust them to play.
Yeah, for me, like Wolfie, I know the caliber of player that Wolfie is. He's obviously both a champion and he was the WBE champion very recently. But I just can't get over this team. Like, I'm sure he's gonna play very well with it, but he doesn't have anything above base 92 on his team.
I will tell you though, like, round 1 Reuniclus, 6 O's, the Chew. Look at that. Excadrill, Fodder, Manaphy, Calm Mind, yeah. Calm Mind beats Calm Mind Clefable, beats Porygon 2. Sneasel,
yeah, but I mean, if you get punishments Sneasel out there to take advantage of a Calm Mind Reuni.
Well,
like I'm just looking at like a Rain Dance Manaphy. Like, what do the Bewares do versus a Z Rain Dance Manaphy?
There's a Tangrowth.
Yeah, that dies to like a +3 Ice Beam.
Okay, but then Jellicent Walls.
But then I guess, you know, there's always you're gonna be one move short. But...
Exactly. Well, that's the threat of the Z Rain Dance eliminated, I think. Combination of Tangrowth plus Jellicent really puts Manaphy needing 3 coverage moves if you're going to be able to hit both, or you have to pick and choose, or you can run the mind. Oh, if Coach Z pulls out like the mind blown like Z Rain Dance Manaphy with Tail Glow, Ice Beam, and Energy Ball, I will just take my beanie off, tip it to you. I'll pick you every week from now.
Yeah,
no water stab Manaphy. Let's see it. Let's see. Show me what you got, Coach Z.
Although I guess that's walled by Bronzong, so you have a point.
It's walled by Bronzong. Yeah, Wolf drafted really fat. I don't think it's very good, but I'm also a round 1 Reuniclus. We're woke, so round 1 Reuniclus I'm a fan of. I'm cheering for him. You got me, Wolf.
Yeah, I like Wolf. I just don't think in this matchup
Reuniclus is the key. I will say that.
Yeah. Well, that is all of the week 1 matchups, and we hope you guys are excited for this. As Greg mentioned, you guys need to get into the GBA Discord. That way you can vote on all of these games. You guys can see the week 1 picks from the fan Discord down below. Make sure that you're hopping in for the week 2 action, and we'll see how the Discord and all of the analysts do as the season go along. So, Greg, do you have any closing words?
Yeah, I just want to say, if you guys... let us know your feedback in the comment section down below. Leave a hashtag #OhGosh with some of the most absurd picks you've seen CJ and I make, or maybe the other analysts. Let us know what your locks are. If you want to just go ahead and tell us what you think your picks are, go ahead and put them in there in the comments with the hashtag #OhGosh, and we'll take a look. Yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Simply fantastic. Look forward to a plethora of GBA games tomorrow. Have a nice one. Peace out.
All right, take care, GBA fans. Bye-bye.